Welcome to the Tough Love Nephilim series. My name is Rolon. Now, according to Genesis 6, the Nephilim were the offspring of the daughters of men and fallen angels, and today we are talking about one of their tribes, the Ekronites. But first, if you haven't already, please smash those like and subscribe buttons and hit that notification bell. Follow me over on Rumble too. And if you enjoy the work that I do and you feel so inclined, then please consider donating to my locals page. Donors all get exclusive access to PDFs of all of my research documents with endnotes included, and your support is greatly appreciated. You'll find all of my links in my description box down below. Also, if you've been following the series for a while, then you'll notice that I do include some of the same information again and again regarding the relationships of the Canaanites to the Anakim and the Anakim to the Nephilim and the Rephaim. I include it so that those who may only be wanting to learn about one specific Nephilim tribe have all of the validating information. I also include additional information about the tribes following any duplicate information, so you can always just go ahead and skip to those parts if you like. Alright, let's get into this one. The Ekronites. Now, historically the Ekronites were a Philistine tribe that resided in Ekron in the northern region of Philistia. It was located north of Gath and happened to be the northernmost of the 5 principal Philistine cities comprising their pentapolis. Joshua 13, 2-4. Now, Philistia was the larger territory of the Philistines that later became part of the even larger territory of Judah following the conquest of Canaan. Joshua 15:47. Strong's Concordance reference H6139 defines Ekronites this way. See Ekron, immigration, an inhabitant of Ekron. Strong's Concordance reference H6138 defines Ekron this way. Immigration, or torn up by the roots. The most northerly of the 5 principal cities of the Philistines, located in the lowlands of Judah, and later given to Dan. Smith's Bible Dictionary defines Ekron this way. Ekron, torn up by the roots, emigration, one of the 5 towns belonging to the lords of the Philistines, and the most northerly of the 5. Like the other Philistine cities, its situation was in the Shephelah, or lowlands. It fell to the lot of Judah. Afterwards, we find it mentioned among the cities of Dan. Before the monarchy, it was again in full possession of the Philistines. Akir, the modern representative of Ekron, lies about 5 miles southwest of Ramlah. In the Apocrypha, it appears as Acheron in 1 Maccabees 1089 only. Fawcett's Bible Dictionary defines Ekron this way. The firm-rooted, most northerly of the 5 Philistine lordship cities, farthest from the sea to the right of the great road from Egypt northwards to Syria, in the Shephelah, low country. A landmark of Judah on the northern boundary which ran thence to the sea at Jabneel. Afterwards in Dan, but the Philistines permanently appropriated it. There the Ark of the Covenant was taken last before its return to Israel. A shrine and oracle of Beelzebub was there, to which King Ahaziah applied for consultation in his sickness. Zechariah 9:5 states, Ekron for her expectation shall be ashamed. She had expected Tyre would withstand Alexander in his progress southward toward Egypt, but her expectation shall bear the shame of disappointment. Zephaniah 2:4 plays on her name, Ekron Tiakir. The firm-rooted one shall be rooted up. Now Akir, 3 miles east of Yebna, north of the Wadi Sarar. A village consisting of 50 mud houses with 2 well-built wells is all that remains of the once leading Philistine city, fulfilling the prophecy that she should be rooted up. Now, for those biblically well-read, you'll note that Ekron was involved in that whole sordid and darkly humorous affair spanning 1 Samuel 4-7. Involving the Ark of the Covenant, golden mice, and golden hemorrhoids. The first time both Ekron and the Ekronite appear in Scripture is in Joshua 13, 2-4, where we learn that the Ekronites were Philistines. In the same passage, we also learn that not just they, but in fact the whole of the Philistines and their tribes were Canaanites. Joshua 13, 2-4 reads, This is the land that remains, all the regions of the Philistines, and all those of the Geshurites, from the Shihor which is east of Egypt, even as far as the border of Ekron to the north. It is counted as Canaanite. The 5 governors of the Philistines, the Gazite, the Ashdodite, the Ashkelonite, the Gittite, the Ekronite, and the Avite to the south. In Numbers 13, when Israel's spies returned from their 40-day reconnaissance mission in the land of Canaan, they gave their report of the land and its fierce inhabitants. They identified the Canaanites, along with the Amalekites, Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites residing in the land, as the descendants of Anak. Numbers 13:28 through 29. Numbers 13:28 through 29 reads, "Nevertheless, the people who live in the land are strong, and the cities are fortified and very large, and indeed we saw the descendants of Anak there. Amalek is living in the land of the Negev. The Hittites, the Jebusites, and the Amorites are living in the hill country, and the Canaanites are living by the sea and by the side of the Jordan." Now, after this initial report, Caleb steps up to calm everybody down and encourage them. But 10 of the 12 spies freak right out. In their continued report in Numbers 13:30 through 33, the spies go on to describe the sons of Anak not just as people of great height, but as Nephilim. Numbers 13:30 through 33 reads, "Then Caleb quieted the people before Moses and said, 'We should by all means go up and take possession of it, for we will certainly prevail over it.' But the men who had gone up with him said, 'We are not able to go up against the people, because they are too strong for us.' So they brought a bad report of the land which they had spied out to the sons of Israel, saying, 'The land through which we have gone to spy out is a land that devours its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are people of great stature. We also saw the Nephilim there. The sons of Anak are part of the Nephilim, and we were like grasshoppers in our own sight. And so we were in their sight.'" Now in this passage, as well as Genesis 6:4, the Septuagint renders Nephilim as giants. And as a progenitor Nephilim tribe, the Anakim were enormous, fierce, and powerful giants, as Numbers 13 and Deuteronomy 9 collectively point out. Deuteronomy 9:1 through 2 reads, "Hear Israel, you are crossing the Jordan today to go in to dispossess nations greater and mightier than you, cities that are great and fortified to heaven, a people who are great and tall, the sons of the Anakim, whom you know and of whom you have heard it said, 'Who can stand against the sons of Anak?'" Now, Anak was the son of the Nephilim Arba, Joshua 15:13 and 21:11. And according to Joshua 14:15, Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim. Though the Anakim were a tribe unto themselves, it is important to note that the term Anakim is used to refer to a combination of at least 6 other Canaanite tribes and conglomerate tribes in Numbers 13:28 through 33. The Bible also seems to occasionally use the terms Anakim, sons of Anak, descendants of Anak, and sons of the Anakim, not just as tribal references, but as general terms for the post-Diluvian Nephilim, or Rephaim. Numbers 13:28 through 33, Deuteronomy 1:26 through 28, and 9:1 through 2, and Joshua 11:18 through 23. The Bible records 3 battles that Israel has with the Ekronites. Number 1 is in Judges 1:17 through 18, which Israel won. Number 2 is in 1 Samuel 7:3 through 17. The Philistine governors are named and include Ekron by extension. Israel won that one as well. Number 3 is in 1 Samuel 17. This battle was preceded by David killing Goliath of Gath, and Israel won that one too. Now, the last mention of Ekron, and by extension the Ekronites in the Bible, is in Zechariah 9:1 through 8, as God is pronouncing judgment on Israel's enemies. All that said, the Ekronites were definitively a Nephilim tribe. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a thing or two. Once again, please smash those like and subscribe buttons and hit that notification bell. Until next time, folks, be blessed, and I'll see you on the next one.